lefty. She'll take a look at a high ball to start off her at bat. The 0-1 from Franklin is outside for ball 2. And Franklin finds herself in the hole early. Franklin tallying 11 walks so far this season. Draws to an 0-3 count. Now just going to try to get one over the plate. That one's high. My apologies. That was actually a strike. A little bit of a delayed call, and the umpire going to have to get used to that one. Nonetheless, now it's a 2-2 count for Franklin. That one's ripped foul towards the road, and we'll do it all over again. In the field for the Foresters, from left to right in the outfield, Hines, Tharp, Moore. And then the Duvall sisters taking over the left side of the infield, and Gregory and Mason, second, first base respectively, as that one's in the dirt. And speaking of which, Maddie Goheen taking care of business behind the plate. Runs the count full. Full count pitch is going to be low, and it'll be a walk for Lainey Sparks to get herself on base.
Molly Pence.
That sends Molly Pence into the batter's box. Pence batting .317 on the season. Takes a look, one in the dirt. Sparks electing not to go. Sparks has not stolen a base this season. Big swing and a miss from Pence on the 0-1. Tries to go for the bunt, can't get there. Mason waiting for it down at first base. Goheen elects not to pull the trigger. Franklin once again getting that pitch count up a little bit. Now the 2-1. Be a ball. Here comes the 3-1. From Franklin, takes a rip at it. Duvall gonna try to turn 2 and drops it at second. Gregory unable to take it, and that should be an error that will advance Sparks and get Pence on base. Try to go for the double play there. Couldn't quite get there. And that'll send Avery Miller to the box. Runners on first and second, one out. That one's inside.
Okay, well, to explain a little bit of what I'm doing, it's a little, I always forget the name, the like monitor that's on top of the camera. That I cannot see. Like, I cannot
The 1-0 is ripped on.
like really happening on it. It's very, it's like dark, but it's also like not angled. So like what I'm able to do is I have a better view of like the 4K monitor like the announcers have. And so I'm like looking at that.
Franklin trying to get the 2 out she needs. That one goes past Goheen and will advance the runners. So I got 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for Avery Miller to work with. Avery Miller, 5 RBIs, a .368 average. Takes a rip at that one, goes behind home plate into the netting. Now a 2-2 for Franklin. That one's going to be hit. Duval. Runners will advance. That's going to be an RBI. And this one on the other side. And she is out. Comes off the bag. A run does. Sparks does cross the plate. It will be an RBI for Miller, but Franklin still gets out of the inning. That'll take us to the end of the top of the first. Foresters will be bat right after this. If she gets to first while the run scores, if there's another play after the run score, the run counts. I'm like 90% sure of this. Sorry about that, Aaron. I was trying to help him out the score. So I'll come back in here in a second.
Would that be a pickoff when she stole third? Yeah. Okay, so that was Courtney. Yeah. I don't think there's any. She didn't really steal it. She was stealing it.
Welcome back, Nelda Hoffman getting the start today, 2-1 on the season with a 2.27 ERA. 20 strikeouts here in her 6th appearance.
Oh no, she was walked.
Yeah, it's still unknown, right?
Starting off the Foresters, up to bat number 00, Casey Hickle.
And that'll get Casey Hickle to lead us off, averaging 421 on the season. Batting, slugging 533, and now she'll go to the plate looking to get that run back. The first pitch from Hoffman, trying to go for the bunt, elects to pull back, but not in time. It will be a strike as she stepped out of the box. The one swung on towards center. There to collect it is Hill, and a quick out on the mound for Hoffman.
Next up to bat, right fielder number 1, Gina Moore.
Gina Moore steps up to the plate. The outfielder batting .389 on the season. Takes a look at this one outside of the plate. Second pitch high for 2-0 count. Moore known to draw walks. She has an on-base percentage of .595. Probably capable of taking a walk. Does take a strike right down the middle there. On the 2-1. That one's outside, 3-1 count here for Hoffman.
It is, as long as like they're actually hitting out there, they know what they're, which is unfortunate.
Hoffman's 3-1 is swung on towards left field. Coming in on it is Klum, and she'll collect it. Left and center field getting started early.
Bree Hines.
Now Bree Hines looks to come in here. This one popped up towards left field. It was
Trying to like detach my movement from
First pitch outside for Hines. Hines batting .360 on the season. 1 home run, 9 RBIs in the 3-hole. Checks her swing, but it was a strike.
See, I would love to because I need money, but I can't. That's the unfortunate thing.
The 1-1 from Hoffman. Swung on towards shortstop. Camping under it is Hancock, and she'll collect it as Hoffman goes 1, 2, 3 and retires aside. Foresters look to play some more defense. We'll step aside. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's washroom is ready to serve you.
Welcome back. RBI ends the third. A rare ending to the third on an RBI. And that will lead Mayer to step up to the plate to lead off the second. Takes a ball outside. Mayer, .395 average on the season. Does have some pop in that bat. 5 long balls on the season. Takes ball 1 high. In the dirt. For ball 2. Franklin, the 2-1 is inside. As Mayer has to get out of the way of that one, and once again Franklin finds herself in the hole. A sunny but windy day here in Huntington, and that'll be a leadoff walk for Mayer.
Bat number 2, Brooklyn Crum.
Brooklyn Crum comes up to the plate. The runner on first. Crum, .250 average, has 6 extra base hits. Looks like strike 1. Going for the bunt, she does. Lays it down. Duvall watches it go foul for strike 2. The 0-2 is just outside for Franklin.
Unless Purse is going and then she wants me to go with her for some reason, then I'll also be able to work that day too. So, I know.
Here comes the 1-2 from Franklin. Swing and a miss for the second strikeout of the day for Franklin.
Is number 13, Sydney
And
Hoover.
that's Sydney Hoover
I didn't say anything.
up to the plate. Hoover, a .250 average with 3 RBIs.
Unless you want me to come.
Hoover starting behind the plate today as well. Fouls back, strike 1.
How much is it?
There's a strike over the plate and a quick 0-2 count for Franklin. That one swung on towards Duvall and goes foul. Foresters 8-6 so far this season, won their first 2 home games, coming off of a split in Fort Wayne at Indiana Tech. That one swung on and missed, the second strikeout in a row for Franklin, and now the shortstop Kenzie Hancock will come to the plate. Trying to move the runner over. Hancock, a 353 batting average on the season. Takes a rip at strike one. As Mayer taking a long lead off on first base. Outside for ball one. 7-5 so far this season for the Cougars, just coming back from a trip to Florida where they played Southeastern, lost both of those games 5-0 and 6-2.
That sounds disgusting. Where exactly can I find
They're 1-4 on the road this season, looking to pick a couple wins up. And Huntington today takes a rip at strike two. And now Franklin having an opportunity to get out of this after a leadoff single unscathed. That one's outside, dropped by Goheen, runner goes, and throw will be late, a stolen base for Mayer. Full count, runner in scoring position, 2 outs for Franklin.
The runner moved to second.
Hancock waits for the pitch. The 3-2 is high for a walk, the second walk for Franklin.
Now to bat center fielder number 9,
Of the
Zari
inning.
Hill.
Third of the game, and now Zari Hill comes up to the plate. 353 on the season, 2 extra base hits. Has an opportunity to snatch an RBI here. The runner in scoring position.
Next Thursday, right? So not this Thursday. Okay.
Goes for the bunt, decides not to take it. Goheen looks around to see if anybody goes.
Well, it's not Richie.
Another pitch, tries to go for the bunt again. Actually have a lot of trust for her to get down the line with 2 outs. It's 2-1, she pulled back just in time. Takes a rip at that one, past Duvall, into left field. Hines picks it up, sends it to Duvall at third, and now there's ducks all on the pond.
Back up to the plate, number 11, Mallory Holcomb.
And now Mallory Holcomb struck out looking her first time up to bat. She will come to the plate looking to bring runners in. Takes a rip at that one towards Duvall. Duvall just gets a step on the bag, and the Foresters come out of bases loaded unscathed. Due up for the Foresters, Duvall, Mason, and Gregory will step aside. Welcome back. Jess Duvall steps up to the plate after a 1-2-3 first inning for the Foresters. Jesse Duvall, 378 batting average on the season, does slug close to 600, and takes a rip at a foul ball for strike one. 13 RBIs for her on the season with 2 triples, 3 stolen bases. Comes the 1-0, is ripped back into the netting once more in an early 0-2 count for Duvall.
You're supposed to have weights at 3 p.m. That's a weird time to have it. But aren't people in class or stuff? I think like 3 people have to make it.
The 0-2 to Duvall is high and outside.
Currently suffering.
1-2 the count. Hoffman, a 1-2-3 inning to start off her afternoon of work. And a second pitch outside. The 2-2 to Duvall. Swung on, ripped towards left, going back, and it's going to go off the warning track. Duvall goes into second, and a leadoff
Next
double
up, your
for the
Foresters,
Foresters,
number
their
14,
first hit.
Courtney Mason.
As Courtney Mason now comes to the plate. 242 batting average with 8 RBIs. Duvall got all of that one. Came a little bit short. Take a look at this one. Rip just went out of the box. Crum was giving chase, landed right in front of her at the wall, got into second, and now Mason comes to bat with a tying run in scoring position. Mason goes for the bunt, lays it down. Duvall on her way to third. She makes it, and Mason will get charged with the sacrifice bunt.
Now up to the plate, second baseman number 5, Chloe Gregory.
Now Chloe Gregory has a chance to send Duvall in. Only 100 batting average on the season for her. Looking for one of her first RBIs. Clips the edge of the plate for strike one. High for ball one. 1-1 the count here on Gregory. One is ripped towards center, going back. That one's going to be off the wall, and there's an RBI and another double. Duvall comes in, and Gregory gets an RBI double.
21, Maddie Duvall.
Game is tied. Now Maddie Duvall comes into the box. Foresters offense starting to cook. Once again, it was Crum having to give chase just off the wall. Foresters might have to move their fence in an inch or two. Nonetheless, Maddie Duvall, 308 batting average, has 2 doubles herself, 7 RBIs so far on the season. Has a chance to take the lead for the Foresters, but foul tips off strike one.
Yeah, he texted. It is here. Okay. I was like, kind of looks like him, but I can't tell from this phone. Yeah, he texted me, so he's a crowd up there. I said, no.
The other one, ripped on for
He's like, well, I'm in Alpha right now. So you can come up here to the center if you want to, like, meet me up here.
strike two.
Up there. He's like, put it over there. I was like,
Have to battle back into this one. Franklin looking for her first strikeout of the day. And there it is. Foul tips off strike 3 to Duvall. And now it's the catcher, Maddie Goheen, with the
Maddie Goheen.
responsibility on his shoulders to move Gregory in. As Goheen takes a rip at strike one, fouls it back into the net. Goes high for a ball. Hoffman was her 21st strikeout of the season, as she's going to go for 22 here on Goheen. The 1-2 to Goheen is strike three. 2 strikeouts to end the inning for Hoffman, but the Foresters, off of 2 doubles from Duvall and Gregory, knot the game up at 1. We'll go to the top of the third.
The national anthem wasn't until the very end. Figured out which one it was after. I was like twisting all of them, and then it finally got loud. It was over. That was so funny. I'm not gonna lie, it was funny. That was very funny. Is it all? Pretty much just no. I mean, still refreshing.
Welcome back.
Back up
Top to the top of the
Cougars,
third.
Number 1, Lainey Sparks.
Lainey Sparks comes back up to the plate. She walked her first appearance, as the only run so far for the Cougars. And it's high for ball 1. That one's ripped foul. Mason moving over it, but can't corral it. She takes a spill.
Sorry, I was trying to see if that was anyways.
The 1-1 count.
That's what I was going to say is, like, if you're not willing to, pitch it extremely fast, right? But because it's such a long ball, like, any other
Takes a
time you
rip.
throw it,
Sparks takes a
it's,
rip
like,
at strike
very
2.
slow. So it's like you have, like, some of the fastest pitching ever in, like, comparatively in any sport. It's just really slow in the air.
Franklin delivers the 1-2 outside. Now it's a 2-2 count.
Yeah, because it's
Swung on, high fly ball towards Mason. Has a chance for this one in play, and Mason makes the grab.
Next up to the plate, number 45, Molly Pence.
That one, like I said, pretty windy. 16-mile-per-hour winds today in Huntington.
softball and baseball just so horrible, like, just on your body. It's probably, I said, like, why is baseball and softball, like, so
That
horrible?
first pitch going to be outside for ball 1.
It's just, yeah, like, it just destroys your body.
The 1 is swung on by Pence. Pence was thrown out at third after a walk in her first plate appearance, putting it into the first for the Foresters. That one's ripped towards left. It's going to go over. Hines has it in fair territory, and that's 2 outs for the
Now batting number 32,
The Foresters.
Avery Miller.
Now Avery Miller comes up. She hit a single and an RBI her last plate appearance. Has 2 outs and no ducks on the pond during her second plate appearance. Ball 1's going to go a little bit high. Takes a rip. This one towards center. Hill coming in. Can't corral it. That was Tharp, my apologies. Going towards second. Duvall tries to tag her out, and she is safe.
Now up to the plate,
Tharp
number
was
31,
moving in on
Kira Mayer.
that weak pop fly and couldn't quite get a dive on it, and just like that. She might have, not even sure if it was a dive, she might have tripped over the grass. And a good slide from Miller to avoid the tag, and now Mayer comes up to the plate. Walked her last plate appearance and takes ball 1 outside.
Replay for baseball is horrific because like there's just so many angles and like ball tracking is so much harder because the field's bigger, the ball's smaller.
This one's ripped towards second. Gregory over to Mason, and that retires the side. Only a double after 2 flyouts from Franklin. And the Foresters have a chance to go back up to the plate and take the lead for the first time today. Next on FTN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
Welcome back. Hoffman going back to the mound for her third inning of work.
Carly Tharp.
Now Carly Tharp comes back up to the dish. Actually her first plate appearance of the day.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, he getting to it. Who's he with?
First pitch, a ball. Here comes the 1-0. That one's going to be high for ball 2. Probably 342 average on the season. 1 home run, 5 RBIs, and 2 doubles.
When the next batter comes in, should we get a close-up of that?
Strike clips the bottom of the zone. 2-1 the count. First Crossroads League matchup of the year for either club. 2-1 the count. This one ripped right back to Hoffman, and she snatches it out of the air for the first
Back
out.
at the top of the lineup, number 00, Casey Hickle.
Back to the top of the lineup with Casey Hickle. She flew out to center her first plate appearance. Ball 1 out of the box. Hickle takes a look at strike 1 off the corner of the plate. Hoffman's 1-1 is swung on down the third base line. Mayer crossed the diamond, and Hickle's thrown out.
Now Now batting right fielder number 1, Gina Moore.
Gina Moore going back up to the dish. She flew out her first appearance. And now 2 outs. Outside for ball 1 on the first offering from Hoffman. Swung on, high fly ball towards right. Holcomb camping under it, and she retires the side. A 1-2-3 first inning for third inning for the Foresters. Still tied up at 1. After this deep fly ball, Holcomb there to collect it. We'll be right back on FDN Sports.
Cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Brooklyn Crum stepping up to the plate, struck out swinging her first appearance. And she'll take a rip at strike 1. Crum 6 extra base hits on the season, but does take a huge rip at strike 2. And 1, 2, 3, strike out.
Next up to the plate number 13, Sydney Hoover.
Franklin strikes out Crum for the second time. And now here comes Sydney Hoover up to the plate, who rips one over the head of Duval. Hines brings it in, and a single for Hoover after she struck out her
Now
first
batting
plate
number
appearance.
24, Mackenzie Hancock.
Right through both Duvals.
Like, just does not want to go to FMAs. Like, I'm still going to, obviously, because, like, I want to support other people. You know, like, I want to support my friends, but
Ball 1 for Hancock.
just
Hancock handling shortstop today.
so discouraging.
Walked her first plate appearance. Takes a look at strike 1. 1-1 the count. Strike 2. Clips the top of the zone. Now Franklin will look for her fourth strikeout of the day. That one low and outside. 2-2 the count. 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Outside, count runs full. Inside, that'll be a walk. Hancock takes her second walk of the
Now
afternoon.
batting number 9, Zari Hill.
Now Zari Hill comes to the plate. Got to first on her She also walked her first plate appearance. That loaded the bases. Unable to do anything. Cougars were unable to do anything with that. Still knotted up at 1 in the top of the 4th. Hill chops this one foul.
Nope.
1-1 bunted and gonna go foul. Let's go. He's about ready to fire it down to first. 1-2 now the count. Franklin offers the 1-2 and it's just outside. High for ball 3. Count runs full. Franklin wanting to avoid going to the top of the order with the bases loaded once more. And she will take that walk regardless. Once again, all ducks on the pond. After back-to-back walks, Holcomb will come back.
Number 3, Haley Freedy.
Actually have a substitution as Haley Freedy will come to the plate. She has 1 hit on 3 plate appearances. It'll be her job to bring the runners home. Pivotal moment in this ball game, top of the 4th. First pitch swung on and fouled back. The 1-0 is low. Freedy checks her swing. 1-1 the count. 1 out, top of the 4th, tie game, bases loaded.
I think he might be coming over here. His Huntington said that earlier.
1-1 is high. 2-1 the count. This one swung on. Mason there to collect it. Freedy flies out. Now there's 2 outs.
Number 1, Lainey Sparks.
Lainey Sparks comes up to the plate. Shot by Courtney Mason there to read that pop up. Good job by the Cougar runners to stay put. Franklin delivers the 1-0. Goes high, 2-0 the count, and here comes Coach Lepper. Gonna try to calm her pitcher down.
He's right behind you.
See what Coach Lepper's message is. As I aforementioned, a pivotal part of this ball game.
He's grabbing a bunch of cables, so I think they just need something else. Yeah, I think he grabbed the fiber.
See some sort of strategy just in case. Obviously, play at first is the way to go. Force out at any base. Franklin getting some encouragement from her teammates. And get ready for the 2-0 here.
Well, no, it was just it was their senior day, and like it wasn't just it's still weird. Like it was.
This one thrown in low, and just like that, a 3-0 count with the bases loaded. We'll see if it's a green light here for Sparks. 3-0 from Franklin is going to be a strike. Electing not to take the...
But they're one of the best teams in the conference.
3-1, swung on towards Duval. Duval flips it to second, and once again, the bases loaded jam. Franklin gets out of it as Duval flips this one to Gregory, and the Foresters keep it tied off of this scorcher towards the gap. And the smart play to get it over to second. Foresters keep it tied. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth.
Is definitely a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Telling,
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
a space to learn new things in a safe environment.
To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess. You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
I plan on being an author once I'm done with college, so this seemed like a really fun opportunity for me.
It was just glad to meet new people in general and just kind of enjoy the workshop and just take away what I can from it and make myself a better writer.
That whole thing about how to write for musicals, I'd never even thought of that before, but that was awesome.
First up to the plate, left fielder number 20, Bree Hines.
Bree Hines steps back up to the dish. She flew out too short her first plate appearance. And the Foresters keep it tied. It is 1-1. Fly ball towards the gap, giving chase, and Hill there to collect it. As Jessica Duval.
Next up, number 23, Jess Duval.
Who did 3 go into for? Who like did hit? Who was number 1? Who hit first? 11. Yeah, I think so.
First pitch a little high.
Who's 11 playing? Yeah, right field. Yeah. She also went for her new batting order too.
The 1-0 swung on down the left field line and foul.
Ian popped up to center, and then she had a foul ball, foul, and then
This one hit by pitch. Jessica Duval will.
because they did not score.
Now batting number 14, Courtney Mason.
Does it have my scoring? Yeah, because she wasn't out at first.
Oh, guys, I got confirmation from them that I did not get the internship by the first.
So a hit by pitch. We'll bring Courtney Mason back up to the plate. Mason takes her first pitch down the first base line and foul.
She made it to first, but it was because
It was late. It doesn't
did you say she got out of second? Yeah. Well, she made it to first, but she got out back.
Here's the 1-0 to Mason. It'll clip the inside corner.
That'd be the third. I mean, sorry, third out. Yeah.
Mason laid down a sacrifice bunt.
Wait, what is it?
Mason rips this one foul to stay alive.
Sorry, did John just launch out of light there?
Here's the 1-2 to Mason. It's taken outside, 2-2 the count.
Puts a stock on this
Mason stays alive again, taking a rip at that one. Outside for ball 2. Oh no, actually struck out. My apologies. So a little bit of a delayed signal, but Mason strikes out looking.
Now batting second baseman number 5, Chloe Gregory.
And now Chloe Gregory comes up to the plate with 2 outs, runner on first. Gregory responsible for the only RBI for the Foresters today. Takes a rip at that one towards left, turning around and making the grab is Crum. And the Foresters leave a runner stranded on first as Crum reels in another deep fly ball to left for the Foresters. It's not enough on it. Crum corrals it, and we'll go to the top of the 5th. Still knotted up at 1.
Back up for the Cougars, number 45, Molly Pence.
If you're JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town.
Molly Pence takes a rip at strike 1, fouls it back.
Pandemonium over in the studio.
Low pitch for ball 1. This one goes back. Franklin corrals it, and too late to get it back to Mason unless it is foul.
Now
It'll not
batting
be
number
foul.
32, Avery Miller.
So Pence reaches. As Franklin couldn't quite get it over. This brings back Avery Miller to the plate. She takes a look at strike 1. Avery Miller 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. Goes low for ball 1. Swung on, Mason corrals it and steps on first to get the out. Fielder's choice for Mason.
Next up to the base, third
Does it.
baseman, number 31,
Advance
Kira
Pence.
Mayer.
Sarah Mayer steps back up, walked her first plate appearance, grounded out to second. Last time up. Swung on towards left field and bobbled. Electing not to advance the runner. Mason there to collect it.
Now batting number 2, Brooklyn Crum.
Now Crum goes to the plate.
This is the one that did the fielder's choice. So she's the one that hit it to short. Short was the one that
Looks like
this gal. Yeah. Okay, so that really.
Mayer was supposed to go home, but elected not to.
Then where'd it go?
Would have been a close play at the plate.
Yeah. And she just went to third? Yes.
And there's strike one. Franklin with one out, trying to get out of another jam here in the top of the 5th.
Oh, this one person did score though. Actually, it does count. Well, I mean, this girl scored? Yeah. Because the bases are loaded? It was 2 outs though. It was 2 outs.
Lays down the bunt at the plate. Mason tries to flip it, can't quite get there. And Pence crosses home to take the lead back for Mount Vernon.
Now batting number 13, Sydney Hoover.
Gets an RBI on this bunt. Franklin came off the mound. Mason charging in too late to get the flip off.
Oh, so just take that plus.
Just like that, the Cougars back in the lead with 1 out and runners on first and second. Big opportunity here for Franklin. Nobody warming up in the Forester pen so far.
I think it's 2-1. Yeah. We just got another one. Okay. So I think.
Swung on down the third base line. Duvall comes in on it over to Mason and gets the out. Advances the runners, however.
Up to the plate, shortstop number 24, Mackenzie Hancock.
Okay. So now you start putting in what you did, and I'll start writing down what they did.
Now Mackenzie Hancock comes up to the plate.
Second, and really that should have been nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right?
Swung on, Franklin bobbles it. Duvall tries to get it off, can't do it, decides to go to third, and she's out.
Did someone score on that? Yeah, they did. I think they did. Yeah, that
Does get another RBI though as Mayer advances home.
did that go? Who else?
Take a look at this one. Franklin unable to catch it off of her glove.
Maddie the ball. Okay.
And now it's a 2-run lead for the Cougars as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Welcome back, a lineup change.
Now up to the plate, number 9, Nigella Reck.
As Nigella Reck steps into the plate, a .318 average on the season for her. 8 RBIs and 2 walks.
So I think she's going in for
Shift is on in the outfield. Getting confirmation from the umpire of the change.
No, we're adding it right now. Yep. Just catching up. Yeah, no, you got it. Okay.
First offering to Reck. Swung on. Deep to center field. Coming in on it is Hill, and she's there to make the out.
Okay, so 24 was up to bat. So she swung on the first pitch. So she had single, so 1 beat. And then she got home.
Now up to the plate number 3, Joe Walker.
No, right now.
Another substitution now. Maddie Goheen comes to the plate. Joe Walker comes in actually. 438 on the season. Foresters trying to get whatever offense they can moving.
So it was 6-5 here. Okay, yep. Okay, so now put your with that.
He was in,
Oh, it was 11 and 3, wasn't it?
Swung on, that one goes foul. 0-2 the count.
Okay, tell me when you're ready.
okay.
Okay, so well, no, get out of that because 9 came in for 21.
The 0-2 to Walker. Hoffman delivers and swung on towards third base. Mayer there across the diamond, and another put out for the Cougars.
Now batting number 4, Carly Tharp.
Another substitution as Carly Tharp comes in now. I apologize, not substituting. Pop up. Foul ground, giving chase, but it will go into the Forester bullpen.
So all that was you just had when it should have been the third out. Yeah. You put a plus in the.
Tharp lined out to Hoffman, her last plate appearance.
Plus out, and then because you got the other stuff right.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
I was like, that's right.
Yeah, you
And
got
they
the
all
F, you got
advanced,
the
but
F
they didn't.
here, and then this one you just put in what they threw it to make it or whatever, and then you just happen to have the plus.
So I put FC, and then in that box,
Yes.
I put
Strike 2
So what the throw was.
on Goheen.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Let's see if this
And Tharp.
is 31.
Apologies, a little issue with my scorecard. Got it fixed up here.
You got a 3-1. You're right. Good job.
Here's the 0-2.
Nothing we can't fix, huh?
This one towards left, giving chase, and that one just foul off the fencing.
We have hit some deep ones.
I know.
And I think Troy can say she carried. Like there's been a couple of these. That's out.
But where it like kills you. I think we should have at least 3. That one? Yeah, because that one's being blown by the wind. It wasn't.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 that hit it on the fence, it should have been.
It's another 0-2 here for Goheen.
That's out. It's like, oh, no, it's not.
No.
They don't catch that. They don't catch that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's one through the gap. Goes past Gregory and getting a runner on base now. Opportunity here for the Foresters as
Back up to bat number 00, Casey
Tharp
Hickle.
reaches. And now it's Hickle coming up to bat 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to third, her first plate appearance.
On so I can hear it ring, but then my mom's a diabetic and I have her, she's high, and so kept going, it dings. And so I was like, I gotta silence it.
First pitch outside.
She's still, when she drops below 200, I can turn it back on. But.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, you're good.
Oh, yeah, let's get it. I'll get it.
No, I got it.
You do? Okay. And some extra paper. All right.
Runner goes and in there safe.
Ooh, look at this guy.
Tharp with a stolen base.
Golf cart.
Her first of the season.
Nice. Dave Schrader just donated that guy. What do you need? That's fine.
This one's going to go foul for Hickle.
I think she's really good at hitting it and having it like
Be halfway up the field or
and
halfway
she's like good at slapping and it just like dropping. If she could hit
was high for another ball. 3-1 the count.
Oh, it's 2-2.
Scoring change 2-2 the count. It's probably a conference where the umpires see what's happening here.
What'd you have?
I had 3-1.
Oh, maybe.
Waiting for official confirmation here. 2-2 the count officially. Swung on back to Hoffman, who gloves it over to first. And once again, Hoffman gets out of the inning unscathed. We'll go to the top of the sixth with the Foresters looking to make a comeback.
We're making.
Just coming off injury, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back down.
Do you want your phone? Yes, sir. First up to the plate, number 9, Dory Hill.
Welcome back to Zari Hill, stepping up to the plate in the 9-hole. 2 walks on the afternoon. It does look at ball 1.
Well, you guys should get something. You
Yeah,
get
I can't wait. I'm looking forward.
see what they have.
Yeah. Anything, honestly.
1-0 is low for ball 2. One just clips the edge of the plate on the bunt attempt. 2-1 the count now. Hill does bat .353. As a .421 on base percentage as she fouls off strike 2. Kenzie Molenkoff warming up in the pen for the Foresters. She'll come into most likely to the 7th to try to lock this one down as the Foresters try to make a comeback. This one is foul.
You get behind and then it just keeps going. I'm like, why?
Hill stays alive.
I want to go lay out in the sun. This isn't so nice. Go hammocking right now? Yes. Gosh.
Fouled back. The 2-2 once more is low and the count runs full. The 3-2 is swung on to over Duvall into left field. Hill reaches base on a hit for the first time today.
Now up
Her
to the
third-
plate, right fielder, number 11, Mallory Holcomb.
Her third bag, and now it'll be Mallory Holcomb coming to the plate. And we have a substitution as Franklin will go to the bench. And we'll have a pitching change. And we'll step aside. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports. Natalie Hazelby coming in the sixth with a runner on first. Her 7th appearance. She's 2-1 with 5 strikeouts and a 3.44 ERA. She'll look to stop the bleeding for the Foresters. Has Hill on first and has to deal with the top of the order here. Mallory Holcomb comes back up to the plate. Was batted for her last plate appearance. Last plate appearance coming all the way in the second where she grounded out to third. Bunt laid down. Duvall comes in on it and they toss over to Gregory. Will get the sacrifice bunt to move Hill over. Lainey Sparks comes back to the plate. One out in the top of the third. Swung on, going back for it, and it will be caught behind the plate by Goheen.
Now batting number 45, Molly Pence.
Goheen goes up for it, and just like that, 2 outs. Molly Pence comes back up to the dish, grounded out to first, her last plate appearance. That one catches the corner of the plate for strike one. 1-1 the count here for Haselby. Also a first baseman, but right now in here, like I said, trying to stop the damage. Hill at second in scoring position. This one ripped past second and going home with it. Play at the plate is in time. Hill gunned down at the plate. The long assist from Moore. Rip got it right in front of her. Knocked it all the way home. And we'll step aside. We'll go to the bottom of the sixth here on FDN Sports.
Is definitely a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Telling,
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
a space to learn new things in a safe environment.
To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess. You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
I plan on being an author once I'm done with college, so this seemed like a really fun opportunity for me.
It was just glad to meet new people in general and just kind of enjoy the workshop and just take away what I can from it and make myself a better writer.
That whole thing about how to write for musicals, I never even thought of that before, but that was awesome.
Moore fouls off the first offering. Good appearance so far from Hoffman. Held the Foresters to 1 run so far for the Cougar ace. Outside for 1-1. One swung on high for strike 2. Moore 0 for 2 so far on the afternoon. Foul tipped into the glove and flew out to right field. This one into center, and it will drop. Thought about going to second, elects for the long single, and Moore looking to start the Forester rally.
Now up to bat left fielder number 20, Bree Hines.
Bree Hines comes to the plate, 2 flyouts, 1 to short, 1 to center today. Swung on, into the gap, coming in on it, just past the reach of Holcomb. Into second, she is safe. Both runners advance, and the Foresters have 2 runners in scoring position. Down 2 here in the 6th.
Now to the plate, number 23, Jess Duval.
And now it's up to Jess Duval, hit by a pitch during her last plate appearance. And Hoffman getting a meeting at the mound, see if that's the end of her day.
I am going to come over there if you do that again.
Long conversation here, see if it's just strategy. Also, possibly giving a little bit more time for the pitcher to warm up. Dugout obstructing my view. Just Duval has it 1 double already today. 2 triples on the season. Trying to clear the bags and knot this one up. Hoffman's first offering is skied back towards the press box. 0-1 the count. Inside, here comes the play at the plate. They're just going to scratch that. Moore thought about it, but the ricochet back put a stop to that one quickly. Swung on to third base, off the glove, and Moore's not going to go, but Duval reaches, and the bases are loaded for
Now up to the plate,
Courtney
number 14,
Mason.
Courtney Mason.
See if she gets charged with an error. That was a high bouncer. Neither Mayer couldn't control it. They're going to let Hoffman. It's her game now. 2-1. First pitch to Mason is inside for strike one. Mason sacrifice bunted during her first plate appearance. Struck out looking her second. Takes a big rip at strike two. And now Mason finds herself in the hole. The 0-2 is outside. Swung on, this one towards third, and it's just foul. Mayer was backing up but couldn't get a good read on it, and Mason stays alive. Really tricky situation there if it was fair for the Forester base runners, but no need to worry about that. The 1-2 Mason fouls it again off the top of the visitors' dugout. And here we go again. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the day for Mason.
Now up
And
to the
one
plate
out.
number 5, Chloe Gregory.
Now Chloe Gregory comes back to the plate. First offering from Hoffman is high for a ball. Swung on down the third base line and foul. Now the 1-1 for Gregory. High for ball two.
It's even a bigger target. Like it should be easier to hit. It's so easy.
The 2-1 is high again. A big 3-1 pitch here for Hoffman as she's looking not to walk in a run, and she would be, if this was her last batter, she would be responsible for all three base runners. Goes in for strike two. Count runs full. Full count pitch from Hoffman is high. She walks in a runner. The Foresters now within one. See if that's the end of Hoffman's day. Not quite.
Now to the plate number 9, Nigella Rec.
Rhett comes back to the plate again. And now they're going to change pitchers just a little late. And we'll step aside. We'll be right back here on FDN Sports.
Pitching number 10.
The State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. we still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity.
Welcome back. Coming in to clean up, Bailey Sheets, a 2.19 ERA. She's 1-0. Has walked 5 batters on the season and comes in with the bases loaded and a 1-run lead to protect.
Never heard something more Midwestern in my life.
It's a strike called though.
That one could have been a dinger.
Rec playing utility. Going in, trying to take the lead. His 8 RBIs on the season. 2 doubles. Trying to find the perfect spot, keep out of the double play. This one goes high towards right. Runner goes. Play at the plate is nowhere close, and the Foresters have knotted up the game.
Back up to the plate, number 3, Joe Walker.
Get me out of that.
It's now Joe Walker. Goes to the plate.
The dinger.
Runners on the corner. See if she can take the lead.
Hey, man.
1-0 is in there for a strike. Breck trying to bring the runner home. Swung on towards left in foul territory. Not going to be able to get there. Swung on past the pitcher. Foresters are in the lead. Rounding to third, and just like that, an RBI for Walker. And the Foresters come all the way back to take the lead here in the 6th. Take a look at this one right over the head of Sheets. And the Foresters have the lead for the first time today. Carly Tharp comes back to the plate. Tharp got a double her last plate appearance. This one goes high for ball 2. Swung on towards short. Goes the short way, and out at second will be Walker. But nonetheless, the Foresters are back in front after a huge RBI single from Walker. Foresters look to shut it down here in the 7th. We'll step aside. If they end it here, I'm going to have to hightail pretty quickly. Across campus like half hour. If that.
I'm guessing Kylie's going to left field then.
This is how we like to do it.
I need to call Kier. She'd be like, yo, could grab your golf cart. I'm honestly considering it.
Yeah, you could probably go double training so we can do that.
They have to do a weekly golden corral.
So now, if we win this,
First up to the plate for the Cougars, number 32, Avery Miller.
Welcome back. The Foresters take the lead, and Avery Miller comes to the plate.
Okay. When it comes to that.
yes, I will help.
Okay, thank you.
Needing one run to tie the game and 2 runs to take the lead.
What just happened?
Wondering if there was a possible hit by pitch. No such luck for the Cougars, but the 1-0 count. This one's going to be high for ball 2.
Yeah. So that's the ball. This ball was a legal pitch.
He put strike here. So it should have been.
There's the first strike
Yeah.
for Halsby. Foresters back in action here on Saturday. We'll have that for you on FDN Sports. Swung on towards short. Across the diamond. Mason there to collect it from Duval. 1 gone for the Foresters. More Forester action tonight as well. As shortly following this, we'll make our way across campus to Forest Glen Park to get their non-conference matchup versus Manchester. First offering is a bit outside. The count. Swung on, fouled back. To the shortstop gap. Duval diving for it, but can't quite get there. Now the tying run on first for the Cougars.
Maddie Wine.
Maddie Wine comes to the plate. Substitution here for the Cougars.
The comms are getting more and more psychotic. We're slowly deteriorating over here. I'm not gonna correct you there, because you are right.
This one in there for a strike. One out. 0-1 the count. Swung on to Duval, who's there to collect it. Cross the diamond to end the game. Mason can't get the pick. Runner unable to advance, but try to go for the quick double play. A little too low for Mason. But
Now on to
nonetheless,
play
2
number
outs.
13, Cindy Hoover.
Good diving leap from Duval to go up for it. Swung on, popped up. Walker ends the game. Walker closes it out as the Foresters come back with a 3-run 6th inning to take game 1 of this doubleheader. Thanks for joining us, and thank you to our entire FDN Sports crew. Foresters will be in action after this. You can check the score on the live stats on H2 Athletics. We'll be back here on Saturday for more H2 softball. Until then, I'm Carson Watkins for the whole FDN Sports crew. We'll see you next time on FDN Sports.